Let's add buttons to our skirt. Open the skirt with York file. The first thing we have to do is to add a button stand. With Edit Pattern tool, click on the edge and select Offset Pattern Outline. Set direction to extend, the width of the button stand, and tick Create Internal Line to mark our center front. Now select Button tool and right-click on the edge of the right York. Set the distance to the front and top edges, number of buttons and distance between them, and click OK. In Type section, you will have two options, Based on Start and Distribute. If you select Based on Start, the buttons will be distributed until you run out of space. If you choose Distribute, you will be able to set the distance between the first button and the upper edge and the last button and the lower edge. The buttons will be distributed evenly between these set points. The buttons will appear on the skirt. Place the buttons on the skirt body the same way. To create buttonholes, select Move Button tool and drag over all the buttons. Right-click and select Duplicate as Buttonhole to Symmetric Pattern. The buttonholes will appear on another side of the skirt. Select buttonholes with the Select Move Button tool and go to Property Editor. Here you can rotate them with Angle Slider, see their style and bind position. Bind position is this little green dot which shows the position of our button in the buttonhole. To change the type of the buttonhole, click on the Buttonhole tab in the Object Browser and select your buttonhole. Then in Property Editor, go to Shape. Additionally, you can change the width, color of the thread, and opacity of your buttonholes. Let's do the same with the buttons. Select them with Select Move Button tool, and in Property Editor you'll be able to rotate them and change the length of the thread. If you click on the Button tab in Object Browser and then on your button, in Property Editor you'll be able to change the shape, thread type, dimensions, material, and color of the buttons. Now let's button up the skirt. Select Fasten Button tool and the skirt in 3D will become transparent. Drag over the buttons in 2D window and then point the black arrows at the corresponding buttonholes. Little locks will appear next to each button in 3D window. Before we simulate, let's move the left part of the skirt out to avoid collision. Now press Simulate and the skirt is buttoned up. The buttons we have created are linked, and it means that we can't delete one of them or reposition them. This is easily fixed by right-clicking the button with Select Move Button tool and choosing Unlink Buttons buttonholes. Now the buttons have been sewn, save your skirt as a garment.